Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under Perennial Harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen. There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that's what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret and Perennial Harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They've picked up a whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We decided to leave town for a few days. While they had us evacuated, Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? Y'all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And this whole town is paying the price. I see. So the fertilizer makes stuff age, which should make the plants age and grow faster. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. Y'all know there's something wrong with this town. It's just easier to look the other way. The truth is... That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Oh, he's sharper. Right? It's like the reverse. Reverse aging. No, I want them to see this. I need to change the sign here. The ever-tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. It's been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in a rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I'll take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents.
Now he's gonna look
A triumphant
himself.
smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
Doesn't look evil at all.
A story about change.
What? No. Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everyone looks so much smaller now. And Nora was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I want you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Okay. Ha, wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. I'm glad you're back, so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. I ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to contribute?
Helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
Thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I give you both the greatest gift a parent can give. Opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But silence against this, indulgent speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you failed me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no help in it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. No, this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because you left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Don, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, Thespian Extraordinaire at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. Truly was a role of a lifetime. Wait, says Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now that your secret's out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's a delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha, the young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's a fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I've won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Ha.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Then everyone froze. Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
Alright, so we need to go back to Malice somewhere.
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Almost there. Let's do beat really quick.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This will all make sense soon, Luca. And everyone can go back to normal. I
She
promise.
stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
And everyone died.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
See, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to cause them
Before
explode.
Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence.
Yep.
Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca, her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
There was malice.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring.
Not sure where this is going.
Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
Just want this all to be over. Of course, I'm sure we'll all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Rox to check for Rillo at the
Luca
treehouse.
twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. If I were to throw a festival, it'd be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad, it's boring. If we did something to spice things up, I'm listening. You know the festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It'd be a shame if
Two
someone...
scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Identify yourself, please. Nellie Mountwell. I work here now. I'm eligible on the staff role. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kira said I can come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance are authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa. You get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. I'll scare a man while he's junking, Sonny. Good evening, Jeff. Isn't it kind of late to be junking? Might as well ask the same thing of you. Anything good? Ever since Perennial Harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. Perhaps it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, I better get going. I didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Bro?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo. Can't remember which timeline this is. Rolo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag.
Since Rolo was gone.
He conceded to its lumpy embrace.
The end.
Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse.
Weird ass dream again.
This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." "Does that make sense?" Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open. Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Alright. Stop right there, or I'll... Geez, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop or I'll club you with a baseball bat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy. Okay, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rillo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rillo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Ha ha ha, uncle? Okay, quit messing around. It's me. If it is really you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into some more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. Where did they take you? Don't know, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big, look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Rollo, it wasn't just your hands. Feet too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo. Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tastes like licorice. Passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped. Oh, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. Or at least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage. Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome. Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Look, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched, I know where snatched people go. I finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger, huh?
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hey fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah. I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened. I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rillo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. Seems a little old. Hope you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry, you're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking questions here. That's fair. How'd you find us? Just a little treehouse? Think you mean our silly little mission control? Hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not Rollo. Becky says something bizarre happened? Yeah, but
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
anything you say around me, you can say around Rollo. It's been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. First order of business was to try to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay. Just need to play it cool. I hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? It just kind of felt like a change. It's going to take forever to grow out. You're the one who said that change is a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lessons to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Right? Ray and Mr. Carr decided it'd be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kurt guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is. Him and this word called a personality. You're not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Or not exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. People are weird. Just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're playing... That's where you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another
She
peep.
sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. And people seem to have that covered for me. Now, if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more,
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how real she'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need to help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we go back to the story now? Next part is the important bit. For this radio I upgraded with my mom and I was too angry to sleep, so I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. Let's report on the new lead researcher of deep engineering. Nellie Will seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had a chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it is accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, you need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? You'll have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We're in the endgame, Bill. After failures of Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends here, sir. Once she's finished with the work, she'll either leave the office completely committed to Perennial Harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? We seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things that's caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they say loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder?
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. No, as far as I know, Kerr's the top banana at Perennial Harvest. Sounds scared of this founder guy. So we can even top her banana on the field? Tells my mom caught up in. Has she talked about the job much? Not really. Said she's going to come in and continue to work on of someone she respected. Okay, do you think that body at the warehouse was that person Beck's mom came to her place? That would make sense. Beck seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. Let's do this way. Won't she just come home after work? Keep on the radio so they're going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we got to go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this will help. You have blueprints? Well, it's just really welcome map from my mom's PH orientation day. It shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. Even has exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
Alright, quick recap. Will, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Or Julie. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me, Cordial is my middle name. And how do you plan to explain your new
vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? She'll be so happy I'm alive, she won't even
Beck
notice.
snorted an involuntary giggle.
Beck, you're sure Alona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie's in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff and Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of
They
something.
each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. Hey Jeff, what can I do for you? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I mean, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break in their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
Hee hee. You see, I knew you kids were right. Great, so you help?
Joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you
Looking
rascals.
into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Man. Shit. Junk. Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than King against Copper. Ain't interested.
Jeff's hardware, the effects of the foul when there are no Luca wasn't. He shouted out.
Fight. Done enough fighting for one lifetime. Okay, it's gonna be shit, isn't it? Shit. Yeah, it's all shit. Still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit? Hide.
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say? Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not
Jeff's
afraid.
scowl faded with a sigh.
So you will about old Jeff, and they all do. Never hear him say I hit for nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sourdough should cover it. Put it on my tab.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Hey Tish, look who it is. Look are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
He raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Hey, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each
Iggy
other.
gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately, life has been kind of strange, you know?
Considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we... break our hostilities? Do like breaking things. Truce means less breaking things. Actually worked. I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff. Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. After all this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out in the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
fine. Not because we want to see the Crabtree hash. We just like to cause
With a quick
chaos.
nod, Luca was off.
Did you hear that, Tish?
He gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the
A single
treehouse.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful.